Moses Malone and Kareem, the centers. Enjoy the 35th All-Star game. Sampson in the corner. You see Isaiah Thomas gambling a little bit. Jordan goes high for the rebound with his familiar tongue hanging out in those shoes, huh? Bird trapped in the corner. Knocked away. Moses. Jordan chips it in. What a play.
Michael Jordan on the rebound.
And George Gervin hits. He's the oldest starting guard in the league at 34, the Iceman. Bird, he's got that drop step. We talked about Michael Jordan and the impact he has. He has become, without a doubt, the #1 drawing card in the NBA on the road. Now look, Boston and Philadelphia, you would expect them to draw well on the road. But look at Chicago. They're basically a 500 team. And they are 5th right now, and you saw Houston 4th. So, you know, the young players are having an impact. It's Michael Jordan. Kevin Lockery says he's turned this team around. He says usually by the All-Star break, our playoff hopes don't exist anymore. And that's not the case this year because of Jordan. Michael Jordan with 4 seconds to go. Thomas going for 3 points. Hits it! Well, the Celtics have had a history of turning people around. You know, Charlie Scott, Pete Maravich. Yep. Dennis Johnson, maybe, to some people.
Much better play, I think, Dennis Johnson than before.
Gervin, he shot that from his hip, and George Gervin has 23 points. Michael Jordan in the game goes baseline around everybody. And that's it. That's the end of the 35th All-Star game. Who will win the Most Valuable Player award? That remains to be seen. The West beats the East 140 to 129. The West is in white, the East is in red. Moses Malone and Akeem Olajuwon. Jump it up. And it's West ball. Alvin Robertson and Magic Johnson in the backcourt. The East leading 45 to 43 with 7:20 to go in the first half. Bird saw an opening, went in, left-handed shot. And Larry Bird, who has 4 points in the game, gives the East a 4-point lead. Blackman at the free throw line. Rebound by Robert Parrish, who's already played more in this game than he did all of last year's All-Star. Jordan in the crowd. On the scoreboard for the first time as 2 Sixers. Watch his act. Jordan posting up against Blackman. Fine play by Blackman. Regained his positioning. They try to double. There's Dominique. Let's go. Great play by Dominique Wilkins.
That was like waving to your mother on that jet plane taking off at the airport.
West with the biggest lead they've enjoyed, 64 to 59, with under a minute and a half remaining in the first half. Jordan into Olajuwon, and that crowd oohed and ahed. That ball almost went in. There was a glimpse of Detlef Schrempf of the Dallas Mavericks, who just missed out in the 3-point shootout battle with Larry Bird. You'll see highlights at halftime. Michael Jordan, with a fantastic move, has 5 points in the game, but he's just getting heated up. Julius tried to force inside of Moses, and Magic, the man in the middle, to Chambers, who missed a stuff shot, claims he was fouled. But the West gets it back. Magic and Chambers make sure this time.
Well, Michael Jordan really came from behind to knock that shot away. First shot by Tom Chambers, but he got the second one.
Turnover, Jordan.
I think that's the shot he won the slam dunk on. They're going to see the steal beautifully by Dr. J, and nicely up to Michael Jordan. And I think it's the double pump tomahawk. Everybody's trying to assume that creator role for the East.
Bird did it there as Jordan on a good pass gets the basket. Jordan with a tricky move. Julius for 3.
I mean, that's more important than Dr. J, that three-pointer, perhaps, than a slammer.
Loose ball, and Thomas saves it in the backcourt. 6 on the shot clock for the East. Michael Jordan, big basket, and it's 134-129, under 3 minutes to go. Isaiah blocked by Akeem. Mikhail, fall away. It's good, the basket counts. Moses Malone, and 3 seconds remain, and Moses Malone has given the East the lead, 140 to 138. And Blackman, a foul is called with no time remaining. We are going to overtime in this 37th annual NBA All-Star game. Pat Riley will have his second All-Star victory in overtime. Final score, the West 154, the East 149. What a game, Tommy. Underway. And Larry Bird makes the first steal. English didn't have control, and Jordan makes the block. To Wilkins, open court.
You know, Moses got Akeem started in this game of basketball. Worked with him down in Houston, almost adopted him as a son.
Michael Jordan from outside. Nearly a steal by Magic. And Michael Jordan with 4. So Thomas and Jordan and Wilkins each with 4, and it's a 12-12 game. You mentioned the story about the All-Star game a couple of years ago, Billy, and the story was during the slam dunk contest, Michael Jordan was real cool, and a lot of people thought that maybe he was cocky, and the feeling was he was frozen out in the game. And that story really hasn't gone away, although Isaiah Thomas, who is supposed to be part of that, denies it, and Jordan says, I never said it myself.
Yeah, and you remember the stories that how Magic and Larry Bird didn't get along many years ago as players, and now they're dear friends, do commercials together. There were 6 players yesterday in the Legends game that are younger than Akeem. Than Abdul-Jabbar.
Jordan with 8, Olajuwon with 8 are the game's high scorers. Magic. And there's McDaniel. Tough defense inside. It's not easy when you get the ball inside, not automatic. No look pass, Doherty, goaltending called, and it was Michael Jordan who made the feed, a couple of former Tar Heels. Cheeks. Doherty, Jordan. First it was Jordan to Doherty, and now it goes the other way. And the East now up by 4. Jordan setting a screen for Larry Bird. Against Lever. Wow.
He's not being a very gracious host to this West Ball club. No.
The East leads by 2, 44-42. 5:40 remaining. Michael Jordan knows the rims here, doesn't he?
Knows the rims, and that's a tough matchup for Lever trying to contest Michael Jordan in the low post.
And a steal by Jordan. He spun it away from the mailman. Jordan has 18 points. Jordan. Michael. 20 points for Jordan. Jordan with another steal, and it's 4-0.
That's 2 assists in this game for Moses. That's above his seasonal average.
Lead is 6. Lever defending Jordan. What can you do? 22 for Michael Jordan now. Good pass, Karl Malone. Gets it into Alex English. I'm impressed with Karl Malone.
That's being a rookie playing in this ball game.
Michael Jordan. Thomas and Jordan, the starting tandem, back out there now. Lever is all over Michael Jordan, picked up by Karl Malone on a switch, and Jordan gets the basket.
He was going to get to that basket one way or another.
10-point lead for the East. Lever. Jordan.
Showtime.
It was Ewing that got the ball to him. Jordan follows up Isaiah. Timeout, West. 1:53 on the clock. Michael Jordan gets the basket. He's got 34 points and has just about had that seal on the MVP award. English guarding Wilkins. Aguirre gets the rebound, and they can cut it to 7, but a loose ball, and Jordan winds up with it. Ewing. And that may do it. Jordan. 38 points. Aguirre for 3. I have never seen an all-star game that had such spectacular passing and plays and thundering plays like this from beginning to end, Billy.
Oh, what a way to end this ball game. It's been so much fun for us just sitting here watching these guys do these great creative things on the court.
40 points for Michael Jordan. Here it is again.
Don't have to say a word about this. Just look at this.
Aguirre was fouled at the other end. English basket counts. The All-Star game is history. Who will be the MVP? And it'll be a great show, whoever it is. Jordan's parents are coming down. That'll give you a hint.
How was your weekend, Michael?
It was great. I think it started off well. I'd like to thank the NBA for bringing the All-Star game to the city of Chicago. I think the fans are great, and I think everybody in the NBA and fans from all over the United States can see how much I love to play in Chicago.
At guard, the most valuable player of the 1988 NBA All-Star game and the regular season as well. An All-Star each of his 5 seasons in the NBA, the league leader in scoring and steals. From the Chicago Bulls, Michael Jordan.
In the early going, you have to really appreciate what Isaiah and Stockton are doing. They're pushing the ball. They're not worrying about a stamina problem.
Inside, reverse bank by Michael Jordan. Chris Mullen, double team. Having trouble with the ball, and it's stolen away by Mark Price. Open court is Michael Jordan.
Gave it and took it back, and then soft layup. Fingertip roll.
Drexler comes right back at him. Can't do it, and there's Jordan in open court. He gets the basket. Michael Jordan with 8 points now. Cutting to the basket is Jordan from Isaiah Thomas. He went backdoor around Alex English.
Here's your clear out.
And there's Michael Jordan's basket. Just as he threw it up. Is it that easy, Hubie,
Yes,
the coach?
of course,
I didn't know that. Michael Jordan from the corner with 2:15 to go has 24 points. Michael Jordan open court with that tongue out. Jordan with 26 points.
Toughest thing, we said at the top, for any coach is to take 12 great basketball players and divide up the minutes and keep everyone happy. Impossible.
Crowd's got to be happy.
Oh, yes.
Hubie, what have you enjoyed about this All-Star game as we come to the end of it?
Just being a part of it. This is a happening. It's the big dance of the year.
And that'll do it. Game is over, and the West moved out to a big early lead, were threatened, and then came back and put them away. And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, in his 18th All-Star game, connects on his last shot, a sky hook, in the waning second.
Making his 6th consecutive All-Star appearance, the NBA scoring champion the last 3 seasons, and the league leader again this year, the leading vote getter in the Miller Lite NBA All-Star balloting from the Chicago Bulls, Michael Jordan.
Here's Magic, goes for 3. And he's got it, and it's now 7-2 in favor of the West.
Well, for people who really aren't zeroed in on Magic, that's his new shot.
And it's Jordan's new shot too, Hubie.
Early on, the coaches are trying to get in as many players as possible in that first quarter, and they'll keep moving things around. In the last quarter, try to find the best.
Michael Jordan. I have a hunch Michael will be in there at the end, don't you?
Maybe so. I think he's demonstrating. Oh, yes! Oh!
If there's a guy that wants to entertain in this game, Magic's the lead man. Jordan comes in. You wonder if he's going to match Magic shot for shot. Blackman try to get it into Worthy. Jordan saves, loses. And Worthy couldn't hit the shot inside. It might have cut it to 8. Oh, there's Jordan to Rodman. That ought to make every highlight film tonight.
You'll see this gorgeous pass. Here comes Rodman. There's the dunk. Rodman is showing to the fans. AC Green is trying to make a pass, and we have a forced turnover there. Chambers.
Rebound by Michael Jordan. 20-point lead by the East was cut to 10. Now it's 16. Jordan knew he was going to be short with it.
Oh, yes.
Wow. Barkley from Jordan.
Here you have it. Look at the eyes. Beautiful dish off. Enough said.
Yeah. How about this one? Thomas through the legs of a defender to Michael Jordan.
How about the bounce pass through 3 guys?
Worthy. Here's Elijah Wan. Jordan blocks him from behind. Hakeem can't believe it. All right. Sort of a rebound off of Ewing. Thomas. Commissioner David Stern cheering Michael Jordan's acrobatics. Magic behind to Mullen. Kevin Johnson made a great play, but they come up empty. We're halfway through this fourth quarter, the 40th All-Star game here in Miami. Michael Jordan, he's going more to the three-point basket, although he came up empty yesterday. He's got 13 points in this game.
But, you know, it just seems that every time the West misses an easy opportunity, the East makes a play.
Michael Jordan, he may be on an MVP run of his own right now. What about MVP? Who comes to mind right now as candidate?
Well, I think when we look at the Eastern team, we have Parrish, we have Ewing.
How about that guy?
Oh, well, why not? I mean, he's a candidate anytime, any night, in any arena.
Got 19. Bird behind Jordan. Thomas for a three. At the buzzer, it goes.
It's only fitting that the East should end the game with that kind of a shot.
The game is over. Barkley hits it at the buzzer, and it counts. That is the way to end an All-Star game. It's over, and it was indeed a terrific show. The Eastern All-Stars have won it 130-113, and even a losing coach can force a smile.
Karl Malone from Utah's got it, and we're underway. East 12, West 8. Dumars, Jordan, double clutch, gets the roll.
And that's what the crowd was waiting for. Michael Jordan to show him a little something.
Michael, given lots of room, can't hit it. Barkley in a crowd. Finds Jordan. Great pass from Barkley for the jam. Michael back in. And hitting right away. Magic. He hit two of them earlier. Hardaway comes out with a rebound. Magic says one more try, and it is the charm, Robinson.
The Eastern squad right now is just standing around. The Western squad much more aggressive. They got to get themselves up a little bit. The East, well, the West will pull away as Michael tries to make it.
Oh, yeah!
Looks so easy with him.
No, it doesn't.
That was one of your best moves, wasn't it, when you were playing?
That does not look easy to any mortal.
I thought he was going to shoot it with his left hand.
Leading the league in scoring at 30.8 in pursuit of his 5th consecutive league scoring championship. Ewing across the lane. That's a move he's developed since leaving Georgetown. He didn't have that kind of offensive versatility when he played for John Thompson there.
And he's become so much more confident facing up and shooting that they complement one another as Hardaway again goes for the three. Now he faces up. If you don't play him, he's going to knock it out, or he goes by you.
Jordan. Off a great pass from Hersey Hawkins, who could have had the layup himself, but went behind the back to Michael. 36 seconds left. Michael, 17 for him after the emphatic slam.
And James Worthy just happened to turn at the last minute and saw Michael flying by. Where'd this guy come from? Well, first, watch Worthy at the last second, 42, turn. Oh, who's this guy going by? Michael finishing it off. He's so quick, he takes off from the foul line and finishes that dunk off. They cover so much ground, the great athletes.
Barkley trying to screen for Jordan. Spins around, has the shot, puts it down. Michael, Ewing screens, gets it back on the pick and roll and slams it home.
There are only so many plays that you can go to in these types of games. One is the two-man game, the pick and roll. Another, the post-up situation.
Worthy. Patrick has the rebound as he got back down quickly, hustling on defense. Jordan comes through, finds Barkley, waits for the traffic to clear and lays it in. 100-99 with 8.5 minutes to go. Porter's pass deflected, and Michael winds up poking it over to Wilkins. Michael all the way, lays it in.
And there's Mom, Miss Jordan. She likes it.
Michael has committed 10 of the East's 27 turnovers in addition to his 21 points. Hersey Hawkins hits. He came off the screen and was wide open after receiving the pass. Jordan releases off the inbound and hits. 23 for Michael. Jordan. Left-handed off the drive. He's now 10 of 24 from the floor. He's got 25 points in the game. Make it 26. Now here's Magic, guarded by Pierce. Around Robinson's screen, he rolls to the bucket, cut off by Jordan. Magic's got it now.
For three.
TJ for three, that could win it, and it was touched
It was touched by Malone as it approached the bucket. And that'll disallow everything. So the East keeps their 2-point lead. They get the ball back when we come back. Looking for the quick foul to stop the clock, but they can't catch Jordan. And that's that. Barkley embraces Jordan. Charles had 17 points and 22 rebounds. Jordan scored 26 points. He was the leading scorer.
All-Star guard, the leading vote getter in the Miller Genuine Draft All-Star balloting for the 6th straight season. He was the MVP of the regular season and the NBA Finals last year after leading the Chicago Bulls to their first NBA title. Currently leading the league in scoring for the 6th straight season, Michael Jordan.
They were off to a slow start, remember last year in Charlotte. Michael Jordan! Oh, my!
Michael just adding one more to the highlight film.
And Robinson, who's one of the leaders in steals in the NBA. And it's Malone at the other end. But what a play defensively by David Robinson.
It's really hard to understand how much ground he covers, how quick he is for a person of his size.
He's 4th in the league in steals. Ewing inside to connect, and a foul.
Usually at the end, you see the one-on-one like that. Individual talent take over.
Eye contact with Michael, and he has 4. Jordan.
Oh, no! He had no shot, nowhere to go, but found the way.
Jordan finally back in the game. He was rested almost a full quarter.
He comes out shooting.
That's really made a big difference, him resting all quarter.
8 points for Jordan. Michael Jordan. He knows that sound.
5 for 5 from the floor for the mailman.
A little thank you pass from Barkley to Michael.
A little bit of magic in Charles Barkley that time. Behind the back, drops it off.
Michael.
That one didn't need any help. It trickled in, and Jordan leads the East with 14.
Ewing, a little shuffle step, no whistle, and Johnson comes up with it. Here's Magic. Deflected and stolen by Isaiah. Jordan sets up Pippen, and a foul, Robinson. And Pippen explodes to the hole.
Jordan leads with 16, Pippen with 14 for the East. Drexler 22, Robinson 17, Magic 16 for the West.
For Charles Barkley.
Barkley won one of his typical high percentage shots. Jordan over Drexler.
Michael Jordan.
Michael said, "You're not getting it."
Yes, he is.
6, 5, 3-pointer. Yes! Oh, my! Ladies and gentlemen, you just can't orchestrate it better than that. But when you're great, you deliver on cue. 3 straight trays for Johnson at the end of the game. 1 falling away. And his mother and father, Urban Sr. from Lansing, Michigan, there to lead the cheer. The NBA All-Star Game for the first time hosted by the capital city of Utah. The Delta Center, a sellout of 20,000 fans to witness the 43rd NBA All-Star Classic. Jordan with a move against Drexler, and Michael connects.
Well, it's a pace that, because there's not a lot of missed shots and turnovers so far, they haven't got the speed going yet. But here comes Michael Jordan. Oh, man. He slipped the defense, took it in, switched to the left hand. Oh.
Jordan on a feed from Isaiah. Oh, what a pass to Jordan.
And count it.
Who says that Thomas and Jordan don't get along? West by 1. 9:36 left in the third, and Michael Jordan with an easy 2.
He just left 3 defensive guys standing still. The one that got picked off on the screen, the other 2 that tried to stop him on that move.
Crossover on you. I'm going to the left, switch. Oh, what can you say? Michael Jordan at his best. This is the kind of games that he loved to play. And here he comes again. Michael Jordan, back-to-back hoops. Uh-oh, he might make my prediction right. He's warming up.
He's got 15 to lead all scorers. Here comes Ewing for the East. The East trailing the West by 5. by 3 as Ewing.
Beautiful pass by Michael Jordan. Just beautiful.
Mark Price is in and hits a 3 on his first shot of the second half. A 1-point game. 15-1-10. Time running out. 70 seconds to go. 75. Jordan banks one home. It's a 3-point game. Price is 5 for 7 and hits the 3. What a game for him. And the foul by Jordan on Marley to stop the clock. 1:17, 1:15, just under 26 seconds to go. Well, Marley gives the West a 3-point lead. Right into Jordan. The quick shot, and he makes it. That's your call, Magic.
Yes.
And now let's see about the quick foul.
Yes.
Into Porter, and all alone is Hardaway. What a play by Price. He committed the foul. It looked as if he might have gotten the ball. So it's a 2-point game. 119-117 with 16.7 seconds left. Jordan with Marley. Ewing is open. 8.1 seconds. 119-119. Barkley. Hardaway. Overtime.
Oh my. I got your friend.
Jordan playing, remember, with 5 fouls. And he gives the East the lead. 123-121. 27 for Jordan. Good exterior defense. Jordan with 28 seconds. Oh, line drive.
How do you shoot a 3? Going to your left, fading out of bounds, defensive player on you, getting smacked a little bit, and still not get down.
Because he's Michael Jordan.
30 points for Jordan. The final goes to the West by 5, 135-130.
Shaquille O'Neal and Hakeem Olajuwon on the opening tip. Ronnie Nunn working his first All-Star game, put it into the air, and it's controlled by Clyde Drexler of the Houston Rockets. The steal by Pippen. Hardaway for Michael Jordan, giving the East a 6-4 lead.
A very unselfish play there by Penny Hardaway.
There is Kidd again. You know, Jason earlier in the week was said to be a doubtful because of a lower back problem, and he told us no way he would miss this. Michael Jordan able to line drive at home. The East with a 12-8 lead. Huge crowd on hand here at the Alamo Dome. 36,000. Which will not set an NBA All-Star record. The record is 44-7. Michael Jordan getting down. Back in 1989 at the Houston Astrodome, they had better than 44,000. The East up by 8 points. Jordan got the pick. Yes, Michael Jordan providing a 2-point lead for the East. Stockton had it blocked. And Jordan with Mourning getting down court. Lonzo Mourning. And that is his first field goal. Well, the West with 17 turnovers. Michael Jordan with the touch. He's 5 of 5. He has 10 points. Randy Hill, Scottie Pippen, Shaquille O'Neal up front. Michael Jordan, Penny Hardaway at the guard. Michael Jordan with 12 points. Steal. And Shaquille with another opportunity. Yes, and it counts. Barkley. And here comes Jordan going behind the back on Kidd. Hardaway back for Jordan.
Is it fun to play with Penny Hardaway? Give, go, get it back. Michael had the tongue wagging all the way.
Peyton played by Rice, who just checked in. Here is Richmond. It's Richmond not able to find the range. Jordan with 20 points. Able to finish off the break.
Now this
called on Peyton.
This is an explosive Jordan, though. Still going for that slam dunk. I mean, that head was right around the cylinder.
And the East has outscored the West 27-13 here in the third. So the East has defeated the West 129-118. And we are set for the opening tip. And it's called white ball. That is the East squad with Hardaway and Jordan in the backcourt. Hill is up front with Mutombo and Pippen.
Talking to the Dream before the game, Mark, the fast ended for him today. He lost about 5 pounds during the course of the month of Ramadan, and he got to eat today for the first time. He's feeling great.
That was Michael Jordan's first shot attempt, and here is Grant Hill unleashing his first. It's the East 4, the West 3.
The problem the East is having right now, they really don't know who the primary ball handler is. Everybody's taking their turn because Grant Hill has it. He's used to handling. Penny Hardaway gets the jumper there. He's used to handling for Orlando. Of course, Pippen for Chicago.
And Jordan with the rebound. He has Hill ahead of the field. You can enter that one of the slam dunk contest. 24 hours a bit late.
One of the great things I saw yesterday was that I saw you and Michael Jordan talking. Now, I didn't know that you guys had never met.
Never met.
What was going on in that conversation?
Well, I just went over to say hello to him, and I was like everybody else. I meant all. You understand? So I went over to say hello and said that we got to get together and talk sometime, which he wanted to do. And it was nice. I mean, most people would have thought that we had met, but no, I don't play golf. You understand? And he doesn't play volleyball. So, but you know, here we are now.
Michael Jordan is back on the floor. Again, Baker posting, drawing the double team, finding Jordan. Yes, and it counts. The foul committed by Schraban for Michael Jordan. That is his first field goal.
But you love to see the big guys. Vin Baker that time, but nobody's doing it better than. But the big guys passing the ball out of the low post. As much as Christian Laettner dislikes playing center, Jordan in the middle.
Oh, he did it right in the face of Sean Kemp. So the East is now within 7.
Laettner's doing a good job holding down the middle. Helps if you got Jordan, Grant Hill, and Penny and Glenn Rice.
Quite a 19-3 run by the East, and they keep coming. That's hit by Jordan. So the West now leads by only 5. At one time, it was a 23-point ball. Michael Jordan sweeping through. And the West now leads by only 4. Dumars. Yes, a 3 for Dumars.
It looks like Michael Jordan content right now to just sort of run the club, set guys up. He knows he has plenty of shooters out there to dropping back defensively. I am shocked that Glenn Rice has not gotten back in this game.
Well, perhaps Wilt did have a little conversation with Doug Collins. Hardaway for 3.
And who's going to say no to Wilt?
Jordan 1 assist away from the first ever triple-double in an NBA All-Star game, and Rice 3 points away from a record for most points in a half that is held by the combination of Wilt Chamberlain and Tom Chambers. Here's Jordan with an opportunity, has Pippen in. There it is, triple-double from Michael Jordan. The first ever in the history of the NBA All-Star game, his 10th assist in the game. So the final, the East 132 and the West 120. The East has won 3 of the last 4.
Now Michael Jordan comes to this All-Star game without Scottie Pippen and without Phil Jackson. So it's going to be interesting to see if he can get into his rhythm, because Anthony Hardaway is not known for passing, but more so for scoring.
Here is Michael. The head fake on Garnett. Over him into the lane with the game's first 2.
So much for being sick. Yeah, I think he's okay. He's got the bounce. He's got the skip. He's ready to put on the show here today.
Hill gets a piece of the pass, and Kemp comes away with it. Kemp pushing it up the floor, takes it in, dumps it off to Hill, and the reverse isn't there, but Jordan stuffs it home.
Now they got to push it up. Somebody got to get it in bounds and push it up quick.
Jason Williams of the Nets checks in. Jordan, baseline, got it.
The thing that's happening out here today is nobody's double teaming anybody. So you're allowed to display your skills. You're allowed to use all your moves, because the coaches wisely have decided not to employ any traps or any double teams.
Bryant for 3. He didn't come here to be bashful.
How much did you listen to your All-Star coaches, Isaiah?
Well, I listen to him all the time because I was young and afraid like Kobe Bryant.
Count it, plus the foul for Jordan, who now has 8 and a chance for 9.
But Michael told him, bring your A game. And if you don't bring your A game, I'm going to embarrass you. Michael, get him on the low post right here, and then give him the fake and the fade and the lean. Follow through, and you get the little bounce and the skip. That's when you know he's in his rhythm.
Glenn Rice and Reggie Miller getting set to check in. Rick Smits is already in for the East, the Pacer center. Here he is, his first shot. He's making his initial All-Star appearance, and this is 10th year in the league. Nobody has ever gone longer in the NBA before making their first All-Star team. A decade in the league, and finally an All-Star. Jordan left alone. That's usually not a real good idea.
Well, Michael Jordan has the real handle.
David Robinson just looked at him and said, do you ever miss jumpers?
Van Exel trying to find Kobe. Too long off the glass. Jordan back on the wing to Smith. Off the baseline.
Now, Steve Smith was another one of those guys who grew up in Detroit, came to my camp.
Nick Van Exel grew up an only child in Kenosha, Wisconsin, halfway between Milwaukee and Chicago. He said his dreams as a kid were just to go to Division I and be on TV every now and then. Now here he is at the ultimate game.
Kobe Bryant couldn't stop Michael Jordan. Robinson came over to try to help on a double team, but Michael hit the hoop anyway. Bryant missing.
And Dikembe still goes regularly back to Africa, his native country, and he's planning on building a couple of hospitals there. Raises a ton of money. He's bringing the entire NBA over there for a big All-Star game next September in South Africa, Bob.
Well, this is Karl Malone's first All-Star game without John Stockton, and he told us Friday that he feels kind of lost. He doesn't know what to do without his partner out there, but if he gets hot, he says he wants a lot of time, and he wants the ball.
MJ slithers inside Bryant, and a goaltending call on Shaquille O'Neal, but he really took the youngster to school on that exchange.
Isolated along the baseline, to back him down. You look inside, the little hitch, the step underneath. Kobe hung out to dry. Shaq, only the goaltend possibly.
But see, that's what teammates do, Bill. You're not going to embarrass my teammate. That's what Shaq said.
Malone is short with it. Jordan, who has 15, comes back into the lane, off balance, and gets the roll.
That's what you loved about Jordan and Kobe Bryant.
Now, Matone,
go at it.
Jordan saw to it that Phil Jackson remained beyond when, for whatever reason, Chicago management wanted him to remain. And now Michael says, if Phil doesn't come back, I don't come back.
But that's what makes the Chicago situation so bizarre, because they all want him back, and the people in Chicago love him.
And Jordan nails a three for emphasis as we discuss the situation. Reggie Miller hit at the other end. Now Van Exel with a three that's long. And Jason Williams, the closest thing to a hometown star. Grew up in the Lower East Side of New York. College at St. John's. Now representing the New Jersey Nets with Patrick Ewing hurt. There's no Nick in the game. Miller for three, as he's done so often in this building, and he turns to face Spike Lee. But this might be the one night when Spike is actually rooting for Reggie, since he's got to be as a Knick fan.
The thing I remember most about that game is that was Shaquille's first All-Star game, and I remember him coming to my room asking me for advice. And Joe Dumars and I were sitting on the bed, and this 7-foot guy comes in, and he was the first one to turn Joe and I on to rap music. He was rapping, singing a song about Snoop Doggy Dogg, and that's when Joe and I looked at each other and said, you know, I think we're getting a little too old for this stuff now.
Jordan spins into the lane, the up and under is there for him.
And you obviously told Shaq to inbound the ball, block a lot of shots, and rebound and throw long outlets.
There have been 3 MVPs off losing teams. Bob Pettit of the Hawks in 1958, Dr. J in 1977, Magic Johnson in 1990. Rick Smits from the head of the key.
Well, when I'm talking to Eddie Jones, he talked about how he's changed his dedication this year. Last year, he tailed off at the end of the season and did not play well in the playoffs. And it was because he stopped working out off the court. He's had to work out throughout the season in that weight room with his physical trainer, and he's convinced that those moments of inconsistency that have plagued Eddie Jones are now a thing of the past.
Kobe over to congratulate Michael. He's looking for him. There they are. And this may be as close to a torch passing as we'll see. There's always the possibility that the Lakers and Bulls could be in the finals.
I think the most important thing is for these guys to find a rhythm and a way to play, because you're seeing players that will either try to do too much or try to do too little, and that affects their performance early in the ball game.
Here's Kidd on the run. Walker returns to Jordan. Antoine Walker to Michael Jordan.
Shaq, this is the third All-Star game that you've had to miss. You're struggling with the big toe. You're going to be out 4 more games. How is the toe feeling? Is this going to be a chronic problem the rest of the year for you?
The toe's okay. It will probably be a chronic problem the rest of the season. However, I'm going to just suck it up and continue to play, continue to dominate. Kobe's out here dominating, playing good. Oh, nice move by Kobe. Oh, but okay. Anyway, I'm glad to be here. It's unfortunate that I'm not playing, but we have a lot of other talent, and hopefully it'll be a good show today.
Michael Jordan with a couple spectacular plays. The West 80 and the East 56. Here's Kidd. Yes. At the foot on the line, it's a 2-pointer.
Remember when we talked about the size and the mobility of the West front line, we're seeing it evident in what they can do in keeping the ball alive.
Michael Jordan with his 4th field goal, 8 points for Michael.
David, I know that you like all of your players and you're particularly fond of the game. You're a big fan as well as a commissioner. Kobe Bryant said he likes watching Peja Stojakovic. Is there a guy out here that you kind of focus on?
Actually, I've been looking at Stojakovic and Turkoglu this year.
The West wrapping it up. The West with a 135-120 victory.
Just heard the announcement on the public address that Michael Jordan will be in the starting lineup. Vince Carter's are bowing to the pressure because at first he said he felt that it would be a slight to the fans who voted him in if he stepped aside. But here is a last-second decision, and Jordan will be the starter.
But think about Indiana's problem at the end of the season. They must re-sign Reggie Miller. Jermaine O'Neal is someone they have to deal with. Then you talk about Michael Jordan finally scoring the basketball. And then Grant Miller, who's had an incredible year as a free agent as well.
Now Sean Marion of the Phoenix Suns, who just came out, is guarding Jordan. Michael hits the jumper, and he just said about time. Yao Ming throws the lob for Shaquille O'Neal. And here comes Jordan with Garnett back. Michael Jordan with his 3rd field goal. He has 6 points. Michael Jordan able to hit the fadeaway over Gary Payton. And back comes Jordan. The lead for O'Neal. Nicely done.
13 seasons in the league. 9 times appeared in the All-Star game. Gary Payton, the glove, legendary for his skills. Gary, what happened in the skills challenge yesterday?
Sure, I lost you some money, I heard.
It's 12:42 in the afternoon in Shanghai, China. Checking out the action on Chinese television as we showed you earlier. Here's Jordan. Yes. Jason Kidd. And here's Michael Jordan. 16 for Jordan.
I asked Paul Pierce why he wasn't playing. He says, you have to ask the coach. I asked Antoine Walker if he was all right. He said, yeah, ask the coach. Isaiah's comment was, it's my team.
Well, Paul Pierce, 13 minutes. Overall, the East with 32 victories. They've dominated the West with 19. Here's Jordan with a flip that goes home. And the crowd responds. Michael Jordan with 18 points. Jordan guarded by Marion, checking the clock. Jordan with 4, 3. Not able to hit. Duncan with the rebound. And we go to overtime. Well, we're down to 10 seconds remaining in overtime. And Michael has the ball. Again guarded by Sean Marion. The fadeaway. Yes! With 4 and 8/10 seconds remaining. The West takes a timeout. Michael Jordan, not able to hit the game winner at the end of regulation, has just given the East a 2-point lead.
Marvin, as we see, Michael takes the fadeaway again over the outstretched arm of Sean Marion and just hits an incredible shot right there.
Wallace applying the pressure on the inbound. It's broken up by Kidd, played by Brown, who fires and is fouled. With 1 second remaining, he was fouled in 3-point territory. He'll have 3 shot attempts. Only 1 second left. And he has tied the game at 1:38. And Jason Kidd looking for the catch and shoot right here. He finds Jordan, and the shot this time is blocked by Marion. And for the first time in NBA All-Star history, We go to double overtime. Final seconds. And this one is over in double OT for the first time in NBA All-Star history. 155, 145.